are going to make our way onto our yoga mat, so take your time. And let's begin in a position that brings us upright, coming up into kneeling position. If it's too strong through the knees, make sure that you place a blanket across the mat, but grounded through the tops of the feet, spread down your toes, anchor your shins, and from your knees, your hips are stacked just straight above, a little space between the knees about hip width and distance. And then looking forwards, align your spine above your tailbone. Draw your crown right up so you feel the back of the neck lengthen, nice and long. And take 3 big shoulder rolls. Drawing the biggest circles you can with the upper part of the upper arm and shoulder itself. Last one, wrapping back. And then reset the shoulders down the back. Let's go the opposite way, 3 times. Try to come to the fullest circumference you can find. You might use the elbows to come out wide. Last one, wrap it around all the way down. And then keeping your spine in line with your tailbone and right up through the neck and crown. Gazes forwards, eyes are soft. Opening up your chest with a deep in-breath. Arms take the cactus shape with the elbows nice and wide. Exhale and wrap in. One arm across the other as you tuck your chin down towards your chest. In-breath will open right across your heart, cactus shape with the elbows, taking that gentle bend and rounding your back. Tucking down with the chin, exhaling out. One more of each, open breath. Wrapping in, comforting, and finding that sense of looking after, self-soothing within. Exhale, breath. And then when you open your chest next time, just swing your arms back a little. Lace your fingers, palms facing each other. In breath again to lift up the top of the chest when you're ready. And on the exhale, sit back with your hips to heels. And keeping the bind behind, let's just dive forwards with the chest. Place your forehead down on the ground and looking straight down to the mat. If it feels all right for shoulders and neck, gently lift your hands and arms away from your back body. A teasing stretch across the front of the shoulders. Last breath, can you raise your hands away from your pelvis and back? And then release the hands to come forwards and stretch the forearms out in front, child's pose. And while your head is on the ground and your hips are sinking down, just feel that earthy groundedness. And all of the world is turning around us. But we really create this intervention to become still, quiet, enabling us to connect within. As your breath is easeful, can you take breaths that relate to a consistency? In breath for 4 seconds or maybe 5. And then the out breath with a similar or the same duration as you breathe out. Bringing this sense of balancing breath. We know that the breath can be so pivotal in how it feels in our inner experience. When we match the in-breath with the same duration, the exhale breath, we get that sense of balance, that sense of feeling calm. Can we peacefully connect within today? Continue that breathing really methodically, consistently, but gently roll the forehead from side to side. Massaging across the brows. And a place in yoga we call the third eye center. A place of clear seeing. A place of insight. One more breath. Massaging across the brow. Then bring the forehead back to center. And on the next exhale, round of breath, you're going to notice that fully exhaling, completely done, we're going to lift ourselves up on the inhale and rise to our hands and knees, tabletop position. Align your wrists right under your shoulders. Make sure you're comfortable. Your knees should be around your hip distance. And then lengthening through your spine. Eyes are down, neck is long. Retract your shoulder blades like you want to squeeze the shoulder blades into the back. And rather than have this deep valley in the lower spine, can you straighten through the lower back? Tuck the front ribs in and feel like your inner knees are squeezing towards each other without moving them. We're going to start on an exhale round. We're going to push the mat away and round our whole entire back. Inhale, breath comes, and we move in the opposite plane of motion. The heart comes forwards and we let the lower back find the valley. Exhale, we round, we push the mat away, arching through the lower and upper back. And then inhale, turning your seat bones and your tailbone up as the crown moves up. Let's move between the two, working with all of these vertebral joints. Call them the spine. And as we move between these two motions, we're working with the two most prominent motions that we conduct in our day-to-day. So this inhale represents a gentle back bend, a heart opener. And the exhale with the rounding represents that forward motion, that forward bend in our day-to-day actions. One more of each. Inhale forwards, the back bend. Exhale, rounding into what would be considered as a flexion, a forward fold. And then coming back to your neutral spine, let's walk our hands back towards our hips and concentrating for a moment on the wrists. Bring your prayer hands together and then lace your fingers and press the palms away from you. Arms straight in line with the shoulder blades. Inhale, we reach up. And exhale, hands come down. Shake it out through the wrists. All right, arms straight in front in line with shoulders. Make fists. Tuck your thumbs over the fingers. So the fingers come in first, the thumbs over the top, and then rotate the wrist joints. Making sure your arms are quite stationary. If we can keep the elbows quite strong and straight and just isolate the wrist joints with this movement. All right, flick, 1, 2, 3. Let's move forwards into hands and knees. And from here, we just step forwards. Take your time. As you step both feet to the front, we'll take a gentle bow and we'll come into our ragdoll pose. Forward fold towards our toes. You're going to catch the elbows. You're going to hinge a little from the hips. The knees with a gentle bend and the ankles spaced at hip width position. Drop the crown of the head forwards and sway your body from side to side. Deeply releasing your lower back and all of the strong muscles that run both sides of your spine. That's it. One more sway from left to right. And then release your hands down towards the ground. We're going to take a half lift. Draw the heart forwards, hands meet the shins. Square through the shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades back in and down. Press your inner thighs back and lengthen through the front of the neck to pull the head forwards. Exhale and bow forwards. 3 more times. Inhale, hands meet the shins, halfway lift. exhale and bow. Let your head drop. In breath. Float the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Exhale, surrender, bowing forwards. Last one, take an inhale, a halfway lift. And as you bow, hands to the mat, we're going to step the left foot back and place the left knee straight down to the ground. Steadying your energy, fingertip lunge, eyes stay down, hips gently square. And when you feel the front foot pressure is solid and really stabilized, then let's come up with our torso above our hips. Hands come to hips. Good. Now roll the shoulders to the back. Take a breath. Reach up with the arms to the sky if that feels good for you today. Feel your spine at center. And then hands find the heart. Take a gentle lean forwards. Left hand either on the ground or a block. And right arm opening up as you twist. And for 3 breaths, just gently open through your chest. Rotating the spine for 2. Make sure the right shoulder's soft and relaxed. Keep reaching up through the finger ends. Take a breath for 1. Bring this hand down to the mat. And then gently back rearwards with your hips. And take a little stretch with the front leg gently straightening. Bowing forwards, hands walk forwards, and spine comes into a fold, chest towards the thigh, forehead towards the knee. Flex your toes back on the front right foot. Keep the hips moving squarely back towards the rear heel. Breathe to your hamstring opening, last deep. Inhale breath. Exhale breath. Let's reposition front foot to come down flat. Bend the front knee, fingertip lunge. Lift the back shin up, curl the toes. Raise the back knee now with the toes imprinting back of the mat. And when you're ready, we are going to step, bending this left knee. So step the left foot forwards to join the right. Inhale, come halfway with the lift. Hands to shins. Exhale, bow forwards to your legs. Inhale, twice more, halfway lift. Bow, let your head go. 1 more breath, inhale. What do you need to let go of to feel more fully here? Breathe out, drop your head down. Now hands to the mat. Let's step the right foot back. Dropping the right knee down, stabilize, fingertip lunge. Hips are square. Eyes can be forwards. As the front foot pushes down, you are steady enough to come up. Hands might find the hips. And when you're ready, reach up, stretch up, rise up tall. Spine lifts, arms lift. Holding yourself with a steadiness. Breathe to your heart. Then slowly, hands come down to heart center, centering you. Lean it forwards like your belly wants to meet the front thigh. And take the right hand down as you open the left arm wide. Take a twist. 3. Left shoulder softens, no strain. 2. Make sure the front knee is working in a straight way towards the pinky toe edge of the foot. Don't let it splay out. Keep the hips square for 1. Bringing top hand down. Let's start to walk the hands back, straightening front leg. We'll come back for a little flex of the front foot. Inhale, coming up halfway, and then walking the hands forwards to bow. Forehead towards the shin. And when we feel the sensations, we can feel our own ability to regulate what's happening. Breathe, so slow it right down. Last deep breath. That's it. Breathe to the stretch. And then front foot finds its way back. Hands on the ground. Fingertip lunge. Curl the back toes as you lift the back shin. Raise the back knee. Give it a squeeze. Make sure your legs are really spring-loaded. Bend the back knee and step to the front. Inhale, come halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, bow forwards to the legs. Beautiful. Inhale, come halfway. Exhale, bow forwards. What do you need to let go? Last time, float the chest. Pull the front ribs into the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Hands to the mat and step the left foot back. Low lunge. Drop the back knee. Strong and steady, sweep the arms up. This time we come straight into the twist. Left hand to the floor or a block. Turn the right arm out. And now adding on, we open the right arm back to the rear foot. So just let your arm drop in the same line as the shoulder. Now sweep the arm overhead like you're swimming freestyle in the pool. And from here, just straightening the front leg, let's take a little bow. Arms reach forwards. Front foot rolls down. Rear toes are going to tuck. Back knee is going to lift, but let's be steady. We're changing things. Walk both hands around to the left, straighten the front leg, and bow forwards. Wide leg, forward fold. And you're measuring your breath. Tip the crown all the way down. Make sure your neck is really long and soft. Make sure that your feet are holding you steady. Relax through your jaw. Breathe out something out so you can come back to simplicity. Come back to you. And then walking the hands around to the front foot. Let's turn all 10 toes to the front of the mat. And we come back into this lunge with the back knee lifted. Now we bend the back knee, it's spring-loaded. We step the left foot to join the right. Halfway lift, shoulder blades kiss. Exhale, bow forwards, let it all go. Halfway lift, spine long. Exhale forwards, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to the mat, step the right foot back, low lunge. Steady, our eyes at one place. We sweep the arms up, in breath. Straight away, right hand to the mat or the block. Keep the left arm lifted in the twist. One breath. Bringing the top hand down. Straighten the back leg, lift the back knee up, give the toes the tuck. And then, taking that little forward fold, let's drop the back knee. I forgot about that. Let's back the hips rearwards and breathe something out. Now, let's roll the front foot. Let's curl the toes here. Let's raise the back knee. Walking hands around to the right. You've got yourself in a wide straddle as you bow forwards. 3. That's it. Drop the head and breathe for 2. Open and close your jaw a few times to relax through the mouth. Last breath. Walk the hands back to the front foot. Turn the toes around. You've got yourself with the back knee lifted in the lunge. And from here, spring load. Let's step the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, come halfway. Exhale, bow all the way forwards today. And let's step our feet back a little. Let's drop our knees down, come to kneeling pose. Again, if the floor is too hard for the knees, bring a blanket underneath. Arms go out in front. And now slice the right arm underneath the left. So it looks like this. And then we bend the elbows to come into eagle's wings. Press the forearms forwards. Lift up through the back ribs. And as you press through your hands away from you, draw the upper shoulder blades in and back. And in this one still place, while the earth is still moving all around us, underneath us, sky above us, can we find the agency, the advocacy to just notice this is a place of potency, an intervention to be still. Take a heart breath so it really connects you with that intention through the heart. And then release the arms down and sweep the arms up right above your head. Hands behind, we take the bind. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, lace the fingers, palms are together. And as you exhale, hips back to heels, bow forwards, forehead to the mat. Lift the arms off the back body and tease the fronts of the shoulders open. No strain for neck, keep the head down. And then relax the hands and arms down and bring the forearms forwards to reach to the front of your mat. 3 deep breaths, recentering ourselves from the busy to the way that we often give others a lot of our own energy. We come back in now. Last full deep breath, still in child's pose. And then use the inhale to rise up and come onto hands and knees. Bring the knees under, come upright. Take the arms out in front. Left arm slices underneath, eagle's wings. Bend the elbows, bring the forearms close towards you. And level the elbows and shoulders with each other as you press the hands and forearms away from you. And there's a push-pull. We push the forearms away, but we pull the shoulder blades in behind. And in that energy of the push-pull, can you stay centered? Just like when it happens in your day, and there's lots of different ways that we are getting pummeled around. Can we stay steady? Just take a breath. That's all it might take. All right, relax the arms. Sweep up, hands to sky, big breath to reach. Hands behind, squeeze the shoulders together, lift the back of the heart up. Palms together, fingers are laced. Let's sit the hips back to heels, and again, forward bend into child's pose, lifting the arms off the back body. One deep breath. Keep the head down, neck soft. Relax the forearms forward. Stay in child's pose for 3 breaths. Bringing everything back in. All of the facets of our energy, the fragments of our being. And then exhale is going to end, and you're going to come up to hands and knees. Position again, shoulders under wrists and knees underneath hips. All right, one cow pose. Drop the belly, raise the heart, look forward, seat bones lift. And then coming straight into cat pose, arch the back and tuck the chin right into the chest. Good, now come to a neutral spine, which is a flat back, front ribs in, no little curvature, no valley in the lower back. And reach the right arm up, twist to the side, sweep up. And as you exhale, take that shoulder and arm to the ground, back your hips rearwards and come down into child's pose twist. Now bringing the left hand on top of the right, press down into the ground, and that left elbow has a little bend as you push the left palm into the right one. You can rest your cheekbone on a block or on the ground. And when you're ready, sweep the left arm right up to the sky, clamshell opens, and then bring the left hand down and come back through your hands and knees. Sweep the right arm high and release the right hand to the ground. Let's do the same thing on the left side. So press down, reach up, take a deep breath, left arm opening. Exhale, go underneath. Hands together, press into the earth, the top elbow with a bend. That's it, you feel the twist in the back body, the ribs. And then clamshell opening, the right arm to the sky. Take a breath. Right hand to the ground, rise up, hands and knees, and finish with a flourish of the left arm up, and then left hand towards the ground. All right, bring the knees a little closer in. Both feet can flick over to one side. Sit down on your pelvis. Let's lay down on the back for some simple yet really nice, juicy release through the hips and the lower spine. So this is great if we've been seated a lot today. All right, lay down, knees bent. Give it a little squeeze into the chest and just rock from left to right. A little bit of a preparation perhaps for the lower back. Come back to center, place the left foot on the mat. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. With your right hand, press the right knee away from you. A gentle little stretch into eye of the needle today. One more breath. Keep the hips square. Releasing the pressure of the right hand now, lift the left foot off the ground and take your hands around the back of the hamstring or the front of the left shin. And head, neck, shoulders heavy and weighted. You can relax your jaw and relax into your chest and your belly through your breath. Come back to that consistent, methodical 4-second, 5-second. Doesn't matter how long, just as long as you keep them really even and equal. In breath and out breath are matching in duration. Last 2. You breathe a little deeper, deepen, expand into the breath. And keeping the bind in your legs, release the bind of your hands and arms come in line with shoulders. Now we're going to keep the legs in the same shape. We're going to roll our lower bodies over towards the left. So left hip comes down. We've got the same shape of eye of the needle in the legs. Then we draw back through the belly. So a little bit of core strength here. Lower back grounds in the center. And we roll it over to the right. So the hips rock across. Draw the front ribs in to engage the core. We come back into the center. Little stretch for the hip, the lower spine, coming from side to side. Just do it twice more to each side. Being conscious of controlling it through the core as the front ribs pull down and in. As you move back through the center through this motion. We're coming to the last round. Finishing up, coming back into center. Good, and then release your legs to go long and lengthened. And sweep the arms up overhead, full body stretch. Lace the fingers, spin the palms to the back of the mat. Stretch out long, biceps past the ears. And hands and arms come down, down, down by your sides. Just for a moment, there's no further instructions, so just relax everything. Where are you still holding? Take a breath, relax those spaces. And then slowly walking the feet back in. Let's bring the knees to the chest, massage across the low back. And we're going to place the right foot down on the ground, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Press the left hand against the left leg and push it away from you. Mindfully keeping the hips square as you take the stretch. Can you feel the back of your head? Can you relax your throat inside your neck? More weight through the shoulder blades and the upper back. Take another breath. Relax your jaw. Then take your hand off your leg and draw in. Hands take a bind. And squeeze the right thigh in towards you. Holding on with the bind as you bring the legs closer towards you. And then just be with your breath. Yes, the world is still moving. So much movement all of the time, but you have created an intervention. You've come back to you. Quiet and still. Take a moment to really just soak it in. Relax the jaw. That's it. Soften the brain. Give the mind a rest. One more breath. Relax the arms, and so they come into T-shape now as you release the bind. We're going to let the hips fall across to the right side. We take the same rocking motion through the pelvis as we come back to center. The right foot can stay on the mat if you want, or you can lift it up. But what's important is that we rock like a boat in the ocean through the pelvis from side to side. Now, core control through the center. That's it. Really therapeutic, cathartic even for the hips and the lower back. Take a breath, come back to you. One more time, each side. If your energy has been given away a lot lately, can you bring it back home to you? And as we come to the center, stretch your legs out. Reach your arms back, full body stretch. Here's an invitation. Just to feel your whole body being. And breathe out what is no longer required or needed. Single breath can make so much difference. And with no further instruction, just rest a little for a moment. Let the legs go floppy, let your body soften. Beautifully done. We're going to take some slow breath work today. So I encourage you just to feel your natural breathing. Just to be in that natural breath for those next few rounds of breath. Just naturally doing you.